Emily Parker walked the halls of Lincoln High School in Chicago like a shadow. She was there, but almost invisible. Her long chestnut hair often fell forward, hiding her face. She dressed in simple jeans and a worn cream-colored hoodie, never flashy, never loud. She kept her head down, her earbuds in, and moved quickly. Her goal wasn't to stand out. It was to survive. But Ryan Mitchell made sure survival wasn't easy. Ryan was the opposite of Emily in every way: loud, popular, arrogant. He was captain of the junior basketball team, always surrounded by a group of friends who laughed at every joke he cracked. His presence dominated the hallways, and he loved the power it gave him. Look who decided to crawl out of her cave. Ryan's voice rang out one Tuesday morning, dripping with mockery. Emily stiffened. She didn't need to look. She knew that voice too well. Her grip tightened on the straps of her backpack. She kept walking, her eyes fixed on her locker ahead. "What's the matter, Parker?" Ryan sneered, falling into step beside her. "Too good to talk to the rest of us normal people?" The students nearby chuckled nervously, some whispering. Others slowed down, sensing something was about to happen. Emily reached her locker, number 247, and fumbled with the combination. 15 right, 22 left, 8 right. Her hands shook slightly. Ryan leaned against the locker next to hers, smirking. "You walk around like you don't even exist. You think you're better than everyone else, don't you?" Emily didn't answer. She pulled out her textbooks one by one, neat and careful, as if silence itself might shield her. Then Ryan smirked wider. "Funny thing, I've got a cousin back in Texas. Went to your old school in Houston. And guess what? He told me some interesting things about why you transferred here." The hallway went quiet. Whispers rippled through the crowd. Emily froze, her chest tightening. Texas, Houston, that was her past, the one she'd worked so hard to keep buried. She closed her locker softly and turned. Her dark eyes met his. Her voice, though quiet, was steady. "I don't want any trouble." Ryan grinned. "Trouble? Who said anything about trouble? Maybe you should tell us why you really left Houston." Students crowded closer. Phones appeared. Everyone wanted to know what would happen next. Emily took a slow breath. "Please, just leave me alone." But Ryan wasn't interested in leaving her alone. For 3 long months, he had made her his target. At first, it was just little things, bumping her shoulder by accident, knocking her books out of her hands, making sarcastic comments about her clothes. Then it escalated, notes stuffed in her locker, rumors whispered behind her back, cruel posts online with her picture. And Emily? She stayed silent, always silent. She wrote down every incident in a small leather notebook her mother had given her before they left Texas. "Keep your head, Em," her mom always told her. Real strength is quiet until it has to speak. But Ryan only grew bolder. One afternoon, he cornered her outside the chemistry lab. "You don't act like anyone else," he taunted. "No parties, no fun. You're like some ghost just passing through. What are you hiding, Parker?" And then it began, students whispering her new nickname in the halls, Houston. Ryan had planted the seed, and now everyone wanted to know the story. The breaking point came on a Wednesday morning. Between 3rd and 4th period, Emily stood at her locker, sliding her backpack onto one shoulder, when Ryan's voice rang out behind her. "Hey, Houston," he shouted. "Got some news for you. My cousin finally spilled. Turns out you were famous at Desert Ridge High." The crowd thickened. Students pressed in, eager for drama. Ryan strutted forward, loud enough for everyone to hear. "Apparently, junior year you put 3 football players in the hospital. That true?" "Huh." Little Miss quiet snapped and went full ninja on them. Gasps. Murmurs. Someone snorted. "Yeah, right. Look at her. She couldn't fight a toddler." Emily's pulse quickened, but her breathing stayed steady. In through the nose, out through the mouth. She shut her locker, pulled both straps of her backpack over her shoulders, and turned to face him. "That's not what happened," she said softly. Ryan smirked, milking the moment. "So something did happen. Why don't you tell us all about it?" Emily's voice was calm. "Step back, Ryan." "Oh, or what?" He stepped closer, grinning at the crowd. His friends laughed. "Step back," Emily repeated, louder this time. Ryan jabbed her shoulder with his finger. "Once, twice." Then shoved, just enough to make her stumble a step. The crowd erupted with gasps. Emily straightened. Her dark eyes locked on his. Her voice dropped, low and even. "You have 3 seconds to take your hand off me." Ryan laughed. 3 seconds? What are you gonna do? Write me a sad poem? 2, Emily said. The crowd held its breath. 1. And then 10 seconds that no one would ever forget. Emily's left hand snapped up, gripping Ryan's wrist. Her right hand locked on his elbow. In one smooth, practiced pivot, she turned, shifted her weight, and executed a perfect judo throw. Ryan Mitchell, star athlete, 6 feet tall, 180 pounds, flew through the air and slammed onto the linoleum floor with a bone-rattling thud. The hallway erupted. Shouts, gasps, phones recording from every angle. Emily stood still, calm, her backpack straps tight in her hands. Ryan groaned on the floor, staring at the ceiling in shock. "I warned you," Emily said quietly, her voice carrying over the chaos. 3 times. By lunchtime, the video had spread to every corner of Lincoln High. Emily Parker, the quiet girl no one paid attention to, had just flipped the school bully in front of half the junior class. At her lunch table, students crowded around her. Lily Thompson, a classmate from calculus, leaned in. "Where did you learn that?" "That wasn't normal." Emily shrugged. "My mom enrolled me in martial arts when I was 7. Thought it would help me with confidence. I've been training ever since." Jordan Blake, one of Ryan's old friends, raised his eyebrows. "If you could fight like that all this time, why didn't you use it before?" Emily looked down at her sandwich. "Because fighting should always be the last resort. But when someone puts their hands on you, that's not teasing anymore. That's assault. And you don't stay silent for assault." The table went quiet. For the first time, people weren't looking through her. They were seeing her. Ryan didn't show up the next day, or the day after. When he finally returned, his swagger was gone. He avoided Emily at first, but a week later, he approached her locker, alone, no friends at his side. "I owe you an apology," he muttered, his voice quieter than she'd ever heard it. "I was wrong. I thought picking on you made me strong, but it just made me a coward." Emily studied him for a long moment. "Why me?" she asked softly. Ryan rubbed the back of his neck. "Because you didn't fight back. Because you were different. And because I didn't like what I saw in myself, so I made you my target." "And how do you feel now?" she asked. He sighed. "Small. Really small." A month later, Lincoln High held an assembly on bullying awareness. The entire student body packed the gym. To everyone's shock, Ryan Mitchell was called to the stage. He cleared his throat, his voice echoing through the microphone. "I thought being strong meant making people afraid of me, but I was wrong. Real strength isn't about tearing others down. It's about lifting them up. And I learned that the hard way." The students clapped. Some even cheered. Emily, sitting in the back row, allowed herself a small smile. She hadn't just offended herself. She had sparked something bigger. Closing moral. Emily Parker's story spread far beyond her school. It reminded everyone that sometimes the quietest people carry the loudest strength. That real power isn't about throwing the first punch. It's about knowing when to stand firm and say, "Enough." So the next time you walk past someone invisible in the hallway, remember, quiet doesn't mean weak. And strength? Sometimes it only takes 10 seconds to reveal it.